Is following the majority always the right thing to do?
Moving forward with the Decker team. Moving forward together with the Decker team.
We're honored that we've been able to create for you access to over 503 Life's Inside Track episodes. And the great news is they're free. They're on insider tips, making house home, building wealth, and everything to do with real estate and lots to do with life. And the great news is you get access to them from home, from the office, or on the go. Listening to the majority.
Yeah.
That can actually get you into trouble. Popular opinion is not always the wisest opinion.
Ooh. But it's popular, so you fit right in.
You do fit in. So what you're going to learn on this episode and what we'll explore together is when ought you to listen to all them voices, follow the majority, or when ought you maybe to step back from the majority and follow one voice and make your own decision, not the popular decision.
Ooh, so the right decision, not the popular decision. Is that what you're saying?
Because sometimes the popular decision is the right decision, and sometimes it's so far off base.
I think this applies to creativity as well. Do you remember that little video of the guy that's in a park and he starts dancing like really weird?
Without a shirt on. It was a guy.
He has no shirt on?
He was the danceless shirt. The shirtless dancing guy.
Yeah.
That's if you haven't seen that video, it's the best 3-minute video. It's a TED Talk that I have ever seen. And it's really about creating a movement. And how when one person was out there dancing with a no shirt on, I don't think anything to do with the guy did or didn't have a shirt, but it
just had to do with his dancing.
His dancing was a little obscure and unusual and unique. And while he was standing out there by himself, he looked rather silly. But then a second buddy of his came and joined him.
Maybe not a buddy of his, just somebody that saw him dancing.
Somebody that saw him dancing. And so the lone nut now had a buddy, and before you knew it, the following happened and momentum and a movement started, and there were thousands of kids on the hill dancing. And so it's easy to follow suit. It's easy to see somebody doing a thing and think, that's the thing I'm supposed to do. And then all of a sudden everybody's doing it. So then why shouldn't I do it too?
And they were having fun. They're just dancing crazy.
I know, in that case, it's fine. But when it comes to Life's Inside Track.
Yeah. Or your kids, your kids at school, they get, one person starts doing something wrong and they're an outcast because of it. But if 2 or 3 people start doing that wrong thing, now they start to become cool, and other ones will join them, because sometimes we listen to the majority and we don't listen to our inner voice.
Right. And that can get us in trouble. And so when we we talked about not listening to the 3 only, because that caused us to step out of obedience, right? That caused us to do something we weren't meant to do. But are we supposed to listen to the 503? Because we've had hundreds and hundreds, and I'm going to say thousands of feedback around Life's Inside Track being helpful and great. And people will even share specifically what they get from time to time. And so should we listen to all those voices and do exactly what they say?
And what's interesting is originally when we paused, yes, it was the beginning of COVID and there was a lot of uncertainty. And yet my inner voice was saying, I'm tired.
Right.
I'm tired of creating great shows for you. Tired of trying to come up with the creativity and then record the show. And I needed a break.
Right.
And so did COVID benefit me in that way? Maybe it benefited you. We took a break. We took a pause.
And, it's interesting because we paused on April 24th, our anniversary. That was our last day 2 years ago now, because we only paused from the end of April until the very beginning of February the following year. Right. So that length of time gave us enough time to reevaluate and recognize, we were tired, but were we tired because of the way we were doing it? Or were we tired because we were recording the shows?
That's a great question. You're causing me to go deep live in front of people. I hate when you do that.
Oh, you love it.
I think it was we weren't feeling as fulfilled as we were originally. And, we talked about we didn't signal the lane change. We didn't change the name of it. We didn't change the format of, and I love going to the 3 small segments to equal the half-hour show. And so they say like a change is as good as a rest. Well, we got a rest and a change. And I think we're more aligned, even more than we were before. And so we're re-energized, re-excited, passionate about life's inside track.
Right. And so the point of sharing this with you, we didn't think we were actually ever going to share this with you. Like, this is our private inside thinking, our journey. And it wasn't until 2 weeks ago I was actually listening to our show, because we record them. I mean, many people think we don't record them, so it's kind of funny, and we do it all in one take. So it's, well, pretty much always in one take. So it's what you call live recording. It stops, and basically 30 minutes later, the camera basically used to stop. Now we pause just to relook at the little segment in between the commercial breaks, basically.
Boy, you're giving them the whole inside scoop.
Yeah, because I think we didn't do that. And we didn't do that because it just felt unsafe to let you in on the inside. And yet it's called the inside track on real estate. And then when we changed it to life's inside track, it's like, so we'll only give you the inside track on the parts that we think we can handle letting you inside on. Like,
no,
that doesn't make a lot of sense. Right. So I was listening to an episode.
That's why we air our dirty laundry sometimes on shows, because everybody has dirty laundry and everybody can wash it and make it clean.
And make different choices next time.
Yeah.
Right? Just because we don't make the right choice the first time doesn't mean we can't go back, slow down, pause, and then make a much better choice.
Yeah.
Right? And so when I was listening to the show, I was getting feedback from some of our listeners telling us how great it was and how insightful it was. And in the moment, it hit me like a ton of bricks that I had listened to only the 3. And that's why we had moved things off separate YouTube channels. And then I got thinking, as I started unpacking with our team members, are we listening to the 503? Are we avoiding what we're actually meant to listen to? Are we listening to the truth?
It's a good question. And I think when you speak the truth and you speak your opinion of the truth, because if you're wishy-washy and you stay in the middle, nobody's going to listen.
Well, you're not really saying anything.
Well, exactly. But if you take a stand for what you believe, and now when I say take a stand, that doesn't mean we don't listen to other people's viewpoints.
No.
But if you take a stand for what you believe, you will have people that disagree. Oh. You'll even have people who hate, because like I saw on a chip stand, you remember that sign? Yeah. It said, haters will always hate, and potatoes will always
potate.
Right. And I like to change it, because I wanted to say potatoes will always be on your plate.
Okay. So bottom line is, if you don't take a stand for anything, you stand for nothing. So we are going to take a stand, and we are going to take a stand for generational legacy. And that includes real estate. So we are privileged and passionate that we can help you be positioned for generational legacy, and no apology.
Moving forward with the Decker team. Moving forward together with the Decker